Everyone, welcome back to the NFA Review channel. Today we're going to be covering in detail the difference between the OG, the Cam-Lok from Griffin Armament compared to the Easy-Lok, their new quick detach system. So we're going to cover the pros and cons of both, and then we're going to hit the range and put a lot of rounds through these pistols to see how they do, if they loosen, and how the usability is across multiple hosts with different thread pitches. More on that in a second, and of course the actual system in use itself. Before we get started, just want to kind of give you guys a little update. The vendor lineup for Suppress Fest 2023 this November is locked in. I'll go ahead and throw the banner up here on the screen. Take a second to absorb that information. Look at those companies that are coming to share their products with y'all. So tickets will go on sale probably this April. And attendance, of course, includes full unlimited demos of all the firearms and suppressors that your little heart can handle. So 2-day event, November 4th and 5th. So again, the vendor list is stacked this year. Probably the best vendor lineup we have ever had for Suppress Fest. It is going to be epic. So stay tuned here. Stay tuned on Facebook and Instagram, because once those tickets go live, they will sell out very quickly. We are going to limit attendance like we did last year to make the event better for y'all. Less lines, more smiles, more shooting. So let's go ahead and cover in detail the Cam-Lok and the Easy-Lok here in the studio, and then we'll hit the range and put it to the test. Let's get to it. All right, I'm gonna try not to bore you to death here in the studio. We're gonna try to be as clear and concise as we can on these two setups, and then we'll hit the range. So let me just kind of explain what we have going on here. So on this side of the table, we have the OG, the Cam-Lok system, okay? And then over here, we have the newer Easy-Lok system. Now they both pretty much accomplish the same thing. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go down a pro and con list or this and that list and kind of just show the differences, okay? So starting over here with the OG, the Cam-Lok, okay, what you're gonna have here is an interrupted thread. You'll see 3 different parts here, much like a 3-lug that you're used to seeing on an MP5 platform. You have 3 points of contact here. These interrupted threads in the piston correspond, of course, with the interrupted threads on the muzzle mounted adapter, okay? Now over here, we have the new Easy-Lok. It's easier to attach than this, supposedly. I don't know. We're gonna put that to the test. On this one, you have one coarse, uninterrupted thread. Okay, think of those large Acme threads you guys have on the front of mounts. Like over here off screen, I have a muzzle device here, and you'll see these large coarse threads. So think about that, but just on a pistol. Okay, so they're not interrupted. Okay, and so it takes a little bit longer to attach than the Cam-Lok, but they both have 2 things in common. The surface on the mount itself, or should I say the adapter on both of these, and the surface in the available pistons are tapered. Okay, so they're both going to lock on and secure on your firearm, and that's where this product idea came from. So if you guys have been shooting firearm suppressors for any amount of time, you know that over the course of just one magazine, your suppressor can slowly rotate and loosen, and just that little minute 1-thread movement can actually cause some wobble in the suppressor, and it will cause baffle strikes. So the further down this loosens, it wobbles. You should probably get a baffle strike around here. I see it all the time. I've personally dealt with it myself. So that's where this product came from. Okay, originally the Cam-Lok was trying to solve the problem of quickly attaching a suppressor while simultaneously making it not loosen under long courses of fire. Okay, so back to the pros and cons of both. Interrupted threads, coarse threads. Attaches very quickly. Go ahead and show you. On, off, on, off. I mean, on, off. Whoops. On, off. So one cool thing to note, if you haven't figured it out yet, is On this side of the table, I have a 1/2 by 28 host and a 13 by 5 by 1 host. And on this side table, I have a 1/2 by 28 host and a 13 by 5 by 1 threaded host. What happens when you put their adapters on here? You no longer have to deal with the thread pitches. Okay, once you drop their universal piston in the back of whatever suppressor they have on their site, and it is a lot, as you can see here, I have a CGS Group Mod 9 with the Easy-Lok in it, a Rugged Suppressors Obsidian 9 and Flat Dark Earth with the Easy-Lok in it. And then over here I have the Griffin Armament Revolution 9 with the Cam-Lok in it, and then another CGS Group Mod 9 with the Cam-Lok in it. So once you have just that one universal piston for each model suppressor in your safe and the corresponding adapter on the gun, you don't need to get your hands dirty anymore and tools and take these things apart at the range. You literally just have that piston installed, whichever system you choose here. That's kind of what this video is for, okay? Making your mind on which system to go with. Once you have that piston installed, you're ready to rock. You just throw it on whatever gun you want. Thread pitch matters no more. So, back on topic here. That one threads on pretty quick. Again, doesn't matter which gun I grab because the threads don't matter anymore. So this was a left-hand thread gun, now it's right-hand thread, okay? As you see, it didn't take long to put on. Remember, these threads are coarser than the threads that normally come on a firearm. It's really not much longer, okay? And coming on to my next topic, this one, a little bit more user intuitive than this one, okay? That's why it's called the Easy-Lok, and this is the Cam-Lok. This came later because what they found was some end users were kind of having difficulty understanding the concept of interrupted threads. What I mean by that is if you don't seat it properly by rotating it on and pulling away, so you rotate it on and pull the suppressor away from the firearm to lock that in and to secure the taper surfaces to each other, it could come loose, or it just wasn't seated right in the first place, should I say. Once you understand the concept though, I mean, you should be training with your gear, right? Once you understand the concept, not that big of a deal, shouldn't come loose. And that's really all it comes down to. I mean, again, I don't want to bore you to death here in the studio, but I will show you some really tight, beautiful close-up shots of both of these here. And you'll see the interrupted threads in the back of this for the Cam-Lok, and you'll see the coarser, uninterrupted threads of the Easy-Lok. And today, what we're going to do is hit the range and find out my opinion, which I usually try to not interject my opinion on this channel. But when you're having a product battle back and forth, it's going to go to basically a subjective nature, right? Because I'm going to basically shoot a buttload of rounds out of these today here in a minute and figure out which system I like the most. And I discussed this with Griffin Armament, you know, why they did two different systems, and they basically stated it's for two different user types, and basically what you do is decide which product fits your parameters better, and then you stick with that product line. So depending on what you feel after watching this video or research more, I'm sure there's other reviews on this out there, you could kind of go down the rabbit hole of buying these adapters, and I'll show you in a minute. They have a lot of adapter options on their website, like insane amount. So really it's going to come down, in short, to user preference. I used to put in my, all right, so prior to having a child in the house, I would just leave a suppressed gun on the nightstand with a light on it, right? If somebody breaks in, you done effed up, right? Now that I have an infant in the house that can get into literally everything, including the pots and pans, I'm sure you're used to that, I have a Vaultec safe, LifePod 2.0, because I'm a Vaultec dealer, off subject here. I'm a Vaultec dealer with my other company, The Guys Tampa. So if you go to theguystavpa.com, you'll see that we have Vaultec products. Even we can't get the new smart safe that everybody wants, the smart vault, whatever it's called. Basically, alarm clock, wireless charger, slide out gun vault built in. Really, really trick for a bedside setup. Well, This product has me thinking about, once again, using a suppressor for my home defense setup. Because right now there's just like a Glock 17M in there with a light, some spare mags, just send rounds down range, okay? Now with the Easy-Lok and Cam-Lok, I'm thinking I reevaluate my home defense setup there, because popping that safe open, remember the light's already on, all I gotta do is grab the suppressor that's next to this in the safe, because obviously it won't fit in the safe with this attached, but it will definitely fit like this. All I gotta do, you know, alarm's going off, take this, rotate it on, I'm good, right? So it kind of changes the name of the game for me. Pretty interesting. So before we hit the range, I want to show you just some mounting options that we have here. Just hold on. So, like I said, they have you covered. There's rifle mounts in here, PCC mounts in here. They even have a little carry comp that will cover these threads and protect it to go over it, which is kind of cool. So lots of options with Griffin Armament. They're well known for that, so they're not going to leave you hanging. They pretty much have a piston, you know, for every suppressor manufacturer out there to use the system. So without further ado, I know I'm rambling. We're going to grab these 4 guns, add a lot of ammo. We're going to hit the range and put a lot of rounds out range, and I want to see which system I personally like so I can use it for home defense. Let's get to it. Before we get shooting, a quick word from our sponsor, Capital Armory. They're the nation's largest silencer dealer and have expanded their silencer shipping ability to multiple states, with even more on the way. They can still ship directly to Texas residents, but they can now deliver silencers directly to your door for those in many other states. The process is simple and keeps everything in-house. So there are no additional dealers, transfer fees, or headaches. They manage the entire process from start to finish to make your life easier. The process is very simple. Once you purchase a silencer online through their website, you'll be contacted to begin your online customer profile to provide them with fingerprints and other necessary information to complete your e-file Form 4. After the ATF approves your form, Capital Armory will initiate electronic transfer paperwork with you, and your silencer will be mailed directly to your front door. And the best part is, your customer profile only needs to be done once, so you'll be ready to go for all future orders. Head to capitalarmory.com today to learn more. All right, let's try that again. All right, we made it out to the range, and I started to shoot some test shots with the Beretta here, the 92X, with the Revolution 9, and I used my other microphone. See, right now I'm talking to you guys with my lapel microphone. Okay, that's not, you know, that's not what I use when I review suppressors. Now, this is not a suppressor review. This is a suppressor mounting review, right? But I wanted to get a couple shots with the Rev 9 because you guys have never heard it on my channel. It's the first time using it. So I had my other microphone on, doing some test shots. I ended up getting a squib load in this, and I don't think I have a rod in my truck to push it out of the barrel. It's about right here. But I did catch it on film. I'll go ahead and show you that now. And as you can see, this gun is now rendered inoperable. But that doesn't matter because I can also run the Rev 9 on the Mark 25 here because it's got the Cam-Lok. So I'm going to grab some gloves here so I don't burn my hands. So what I'm going to do is actually move the cans around. So this actually worked out because now we can kind of go back and forth on, you know, the mounts and stuff. You know, as far as shooting it, and then removing the suppressor, putting another one on, just kind of toy with it there. So let's go ahead and get to it. Starting with the Mod 9, we'll do a little test mount here. We'll put it on, rotate, okay, good. Oh, not moving. That's just the barrel assembly moving, if you guys can see that. The can is tight. Did not move at all. Do another mag. Rotate it just a little bit. That was 2 mags. I'm gonna really wrench it on there, okay? And just rapid fire the hell out of it. Getting some blowback here in my face. Stay tight. Barrel assembly moving, all right. Well, now that I don't have those mags loaded up, let's switch over to the Easy-Lok, okay? So we have the rugged suppressors, Obsidian 9 here in flat dark earth. We have the Cam-Lok, so I'm just gonna thread it on. Now in the studio, I was showing you guys that B-roll where it was on the table, and I was kind of like twisting it on. It actually, when I was like reviewing it and editing it, it actually looks like it takes longer because I'm just making minute movements there against the table. So in person, let's see what it'd be like, all right? Longer turns. 1, 2, it's like 2.5. So 2.5 rotations. All right, now I'm just gonna dump. That's on there pretty good. You know, I'm not like wrenching it on, but you know, it's just on. Let's do a mag here, subsonic ammo. See what we got. This freaking gun sucks. It's not the suppressor or the mount or anything, guys. It's the gun, trust me. I can feel it. Like I said. Wow, I think it's time to retire this one. What do you guys think? Okay. Barrel assembly is wobbly, but the actual threaded portion is tight. Now, found this mag in my magazine drawer. Pretty sure this was for the Select Fire Glock 17C that I have. So this is probably 124 grain ammo, not 147 like we've been shooting, okay? I'm not tightening it, I'm just checking it. It's still good. All right, let's see if this gun likes 124 grain a little better, huh? No, that's subsonic, 100%. Jesus Christ. Nope, still good. What a piece of shit. Yeah. Okay, let's check it. That was a lot of rounds there. Did not loosen at all. None. Very tight, actually. Okay, that's a +1 for the Easy-Lok. Again, we'll remove it. About 2.5 rotations. We have a HK USP 9 SD here, old school. Let's see, 1, 2, that was about 3. 2.5 to 3 rotations, depending on where you start. I have 3 18-round mags loaded with 147 grain ammo. Again, it's tight. I didn't wrench it on. I just put it on, you know, like we would any suppressor. And we're gonna go through all 3 mags and see what happens. I'm not gonna check it at all. If we get a baffle strike, we get a baffle strike. Whew, gassed out. Trigger finger getting tired. Whew, I need a gas mask. All right, let's check it. Ready? Yeah, it did loosen just a tiny hair. So I feel like I put the Obsidian 9 on just a little tighter, just from memory there. So I think the name of the game with these, because you have the interrupted threads and because you have the coarser threads, you need to just mentally make a note to just give it that one extra, that little oomph at the end. You shouldn't have any worries. So let me load up some more mags here, and I want to give the Revolution 9 a go. All right, I loaded the mags back up. for the Mark 25. Damn, that's really cool how that comes off easy. And we're gonna throw on the Rev 9. On. Okay, it's tight. Not gonna check it. Okay, put it on tight. Got 3 mags here. I believe one of them's 18, and I got 2 other 15 rounders here. And let me check my exposure because the sun's about to come out from those clouds. Oh, I really need a cameraman. All right. Rev 9 on a Mark 25, 147 grain ammo, lapel mic. Not my usual microphone. Let's see what it does here. See the bullets in the sunlight. Okay, let's see. Nope, that is barrel assembly moving. It is on tight. And I wasn't shooting that gently. This gun was all over the place. Lots of movement from the piston inside the suppressor. It is not loose at all. You can hear it pulling the barrel back and forth. I'm even giving it a good tug. It's not coming loose. So that was a pass. Let's load up another mag, one more, I should say 3 more, on the Easy-Lok and give that a go. All right, guys, I apologize for the lighting, but one-man show out here, and we got some fast-moving clouds that keep changing all the exposure rates. But, all right, so the Cam-Lok did good, did not loosen, and now we are going to try, again, the Easy-Lok. So 1, 2.5, give it a good little snug there, and then 3 18-round mags, full send. Okay, 3 18-round mags, and the verdict says loosen just a hair, like a barely. Might have just been the barrel moving. So let's just go ahead and just roll into ending thoughts. This video is already kind of long, so I want to kind of get you guys out of here and give you my thoughts on this. So I think I have my mind made up on how to use this product, and here it is. You need both, okay, but not as many as the Cam-Loks as you do the Easy-Loks. And here's my thought process here. For my nightstand gun, this is king. You know, having the Cam-Lok and to be able to, I mean, look how easy that is to secure that. You know, give it that extra snug, and you're in action, you're ready to go. I think for everything else, have the Easy-Lok, because you just don't have time to train friends and people that are using your stuff at the range. And what I mean by that is we all have gun safes. If you've been in the suppressor game long enough to where you have all your setup, so you have all your pistols with your specific cans that you like to run on them and your SBRs and so on and so forth. So you don't really move the cans around a lot once you start collecting and amassing a large suppressor collection, right? I'll show you some B-roll in my safe. You know, that's typically how I keep the gun set up with the suppressors attached to them. Sometimes they move around, but for the most part, I find a gun that I like shooting that suppressor on and it stays that way. Now, going to the range, that changes everything because people are moving things around that are not, then they're not familiar with the manual of arms, such as these mounts and just threading suppressors on in general. And I think that's where the ease of use with the Easy-Lok, I didn't set that up, that just kind of happened, comes into play. Because there is no interrupted workaround here. There's nothing new, right, to a shooter, whether they're an advanced shooter or a novice shooter. It's just threading it on like a light bulb, right? It's really easy. It's user intuitive. That's the word I'm looking for. User intuitive, right? So, ooh, man, that's hot. So, I think you'll have less problems with it coming loose with the Easy-Lok. You know, just tell them thread it on, give it a little snug, that's good to go. It's not going to loosen. Whereas if you had to choose one piston and one adapter for one handgun, tactical light, for your home defense safe, I would definitely go with the Cam-Lok over the Easy-Lok. Does that make sense? You guys following? So one setup, a lot of setups. So hope that clarified something for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed watching the video, and I hope you come out of this with a little bit more knowledge on this product line, because that is the entire point. So if you like what you saw, please subscribe to Rumble. I do not care about YouTube anymore, because 5-10 years from now, they're gonna finally just axe us and take us off of YouTube. I know it, and you know it. So I'm trying to build up my subscriber base on Rumble. So please, for the love of God, head over to Rumble and hit that subscribe button over there, the notification bell, because eventually that's the only place you're going to be able to find any of us that love shooting firearm. So until next time, we have a lot of reviews in queue. We have some stuff from Maxim Defense coming out, Daniel Defense coming out, Genesis 12, JK Armament, to name a few. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere, and I'll be back next week.